able to get paid every day of the week, or allowing the customers to tip you through the app. What is up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I am back with a video that's a little different from the videos I have been posting, which is mostly hair videos. If this is your type of content, and I mean lifestyle, some vlogs, a lot of hair, just anything that might help or inspire anyone, make sure you subscribe. I don't want to waste too much time. I'm gonna get straight into it because I know why you're here. You're here for the tea. You're here to know what's tia as far as getting into Amazon Flex, perks, the cons. We're gonna get right into it. I did make sure that I wrote down some notes so I don't forget anything, because I did plan to go as in-depth as possible for y'all. But of course, if I miss anything, make sure you comment down below with any questions and concerns, and I will make sure that if I see it, I respond. So I was kind of trying to gauge it and see who all was interested that followed me on social media. And I had quite a few people say that they had been trying to get on, or they was wondering about it. So I do want to start with the process and how I started. I went and I applied. I got the app and I applied. So they then said that they would have to do a background check. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly how long it took for them to notify me that they had started the process of the background check. It was a few months before there were any openings. So I did continue to just check and check and check for maybe about 3 months. And then finally, I just looked in the app and I was able to start choosing routes. So I did not get any type of special notification that I was in. I just kind of had to keep checking back. Now, I don't know if you prefer to hear the good or the bad first, but I think my mind is just telling me to start with the good things. So I'm going to start with the pros. Number one pro is, as long as it is a weekday that you're doing a route and it's not a Friday, you are able to get paid every day of the week, and you are able to get paid the following day each time you do a route, as long as it's during the weekday. People forget to pay their bills, or just people forget that things are due. They didn't go get no notification, just whatever. You might have something quick or random pop up, and it's like, dang, I just paid all these bills. I need a little extra money so I can pay for this. You know that you can do Amazon Flex as long as it is a weekday and it's not a Friday, and you're going to have that coin in your account by the next morning. Speaking of getting your money the next day, I love the fact that when I do my route, by the time I wake up, that coin is in that account. So usually I've noticed that the money will hit anytime in between 3 and 5-ish in the morning. There has been occasions where if it is a holiday, they will email you and say, hey, just the general message at first, like Amazon Flex money is on the way, but then you'll get a second email stating that it may take up to a few days to show up in your account. And they will let you know if it will be delayed. Anytime there has been a bank holiday delay, it's usually only delayed like by 1 day. So if the money was supposed to have hit on a Monday, it will be there by Tuesday. If for any reason you show up, you scan your ID, aka you clock in, and they cannot find a route for you, you get to go home and you just got free money. No lie, it's that simple. I guess they look at it as you took the time to get dressed, put the gas in your car, come to the station, prepare to work, and we don't have nothing for you to do. So we're still going to give you the money, but you can go home. I did wait for a year, you know, to speak on it or give my opinion, my thoughts and concerns. And within the year, that has happened to me only 2 times that I can count on. 2 or 3, I want to say 2. Your app will keep spinning after you have clocked in, and they will ask you to wait. They'll say it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes. Because you only have a certain amount of time to like load your car in order to prepare to leave and actually start your route, I would say after about 15 minutes, if you still standing there, I kind of know, like, okay, they don't have a route for me, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to tell me that I get to go home. Now, if that confuses you about how you can get to the station and they don't have a route for you, that's going to bring me to my next point, which I would say is a pro. Literally, you choose the day and time frame that you work. They have it split up in 3, 3.5, 4, and 5 hour increments. You literally go on the app, you see, let's say it's a random Tuesday, we going up on a Tuesday, so you go in the app, okay, they got from 10 a.m. to 2:30. Then you might say, well, I got an appointment in the morning, so I can't do that one. Then you'll see all the other increments that day that they have. I do not work at night, so if I don't find anything that suits me that day during the morning or the early afternoon, I know that I will not be doing any routes that day. You would think that as soon as you choose your time frame, that means that you have an assigned route, but that's actually not how it works. And I'm not sure if the actual Amazon employees that are inside the warehouse, if they're in charge of choosing what route goes to what Amazon Flex driver, or if it's like chosen at random by a machine. I don't know how that part works, but you actually do not get assigned a route until you pull up to the station within the time frame that you're supposed to be there, and then you pull in and you scan your ID. After you scan your ID, which is the same as like clocking in, at that point they will try to find you a route. Sometimes it's automatic. As soon as you sign in, they have a route for you. You have to go and get your packages and take it to your car, or it might just take a few minutes and then eventually you'll get a route. Every station is not the same, and I'm gonna get into that because to me that's kind of a con. I feel like the workers, they can tell if you're a flex driver, and they can tell if you're confused and don't know what you're supposed to be doing or where you're supposed to be going. Nobody really helps you as far as the employees that work in the actual Amazon facilities, but there are always plenty of people around that you can ask for help if you are confused and you need assistance. So there's always people around, even though it's kind of just like one of those things where you just learn once you get out in the field. Another pro is it's usually a lot of people out there, you know, hustling, doing the same thing you trying to do, loading them packages up so they can go get their coin. I actually have just been in a very social type of vibe lately, so I just been, you know, chatting with people, and I've actually met a couple of cool people. One girl, I could see that she didn't know what she was doing. She was confused, so I gave her a couple of tips on what to do, and we ended up exchanging numbers. Once we started our route, I said good luck, hope everything goes well, and we kind of just was texting after that. Within the last 2 weeks, I actually came across this older man, and he heard me asking somebody else how long they were doing it. You know, I gave her a tip on how to load her car up faster, because honestly, they don't give you that much time. You know, I feel like within the time frame that they expect for you to be done, a lot of the times that does not include loading your car. So you do be having to finagle some stuff up as far as like little tips and tricks to get faster and get used to everything. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I did meet an older man, and he heard me trying to pass along a tip to somebody else, and then he started giving us tips because he said he had been doing it for 4 years. Now, some of them tips and tricks I shall not say on this video, because honey, he know how to finesse. But I can say that I have met some cool people doing this, and you will come across people that are very friendly and don't mind helping you out, giving you some tips real quick before y'all pull off. I'm not sure if they're going to bring it back, but I actually started, well, around this time a year ago, which was right before the holidays, and once the holidays started, they were allowing the customers to tip you through the app. So they did the Amazon Thank My Driver, and I was so thankful for that, okay? I'm not sure if it's just going to be a holiday thing because they did take it away after the holidays. Don't know if it'll come back, but they do allow the customers to tip you if they choose to. Another pro would be that I'm just now realizing that they do have like quite a bit of little random incentives, I guess, like offers for you to earn extra money. I've noticed that they do seem to want to pay more for, I'm going to say, convenience, because I'm assuming if somebody cancels and it's kind of last minute and their route was supposed to start soon, it seems like they do offer more money if you accept a block that's like starting pronto, like starting ASAP. I think they pay you more money for that versus you scheduling one out within the next few days. We'll alert you quite often and say, hey, immediate blocks available, grab it now before it's gone. And I've noticed that those are the ones that pay a little bit more. It turned out that apparently they had offered, like, if you complete a certain amount of routes within the next week, then they'll give you some type of little bonus. And apparently I did unknowingly, so I was like, oh, okay, thank you. We love a little incentive. I think now I'm going to go to the cons. My number one con is going to be that you never know how far you're going to get sent out until you go and you clock in and you are assigned your route. I have been sent an hour out before and I was pissed off. More often than not, I'll have a route and it'll just be like, okay, that was a cute little one too. Occasionally there has been some routes that I'll be like debating, like, do I even want to like cancel this route right now or what? An hour out is crazy. At this point now I feel like it's not worth it because I'm going to have to gas my car up on the way back if it's not already like full to the brim with me starting the route. Those kind of make me feel like, yeah, see, I don't know. In general, I do feel as though Amazon Flex, like, it comes in handy and it is a good side hustle. The guy that was giving all the tips and tricks, I just felt like for him to be an older man and be saying that he's done this for 4 years now and his standing is immaculate, he's up there with the elites of Amazon Flex, it gotta be worth it. He was like, you know, just stick with it and you'll always find little tips and tricks to do to help you out whenever you run into issues or whatever. So I felt like if he's been doing this for 4 years and he's saying it's worth it, then I would keep it as a side hustle. Now, would I do it and depend on it full time? Another con would be that they do not really account for certain issues that you might run into on the road. I'm gonna embarrass myself very quickly and tell y'all a story time about when I first started and I was just stressed about everything and I was just like, I just gotta do everything perfect because I don't want them to kick me off. So I chose a route that was maybe like 3.5 hours. And it was during school time, and this particular route ran into a very busy area. And on top of that, I literally spent, no lie, 15 to 20 minutes in traffic on like my first 1 or 2 stops of this particular route. And it was because I was right near a school. So I was having to sit there in school traffic. Couldn't think of a way to really go around to get to where I needed to deliver at. That stressed me out. I feel as though it pushed my whole route back. And you do get a lot of options in the app to go in and let them know what's going on if you're having any difficulties. But I mean, traffic is not one of the options. So I felt as though the best thing to do, rather than returning like so many packages that just I didn't think I could make it, would be to just work way over the time that I was supposed to have been done. Y'all, I literally played myself and worked for 7 hours because I was running into so many traffic difficulties and issues and complications that I had at least half of my route left by the time that I was supposed to have been done. And I was like, I'm gonna be embarrassed, number one, if I return all these freaking packages, and number two, they're gonna be looking at me like, oh girl, if you don't complete your route, you still get paid. You still showed up, signed in, picked up the packages, and at least attempted to do a few. I forgot to mention that if there is anything life-threatening or you do have serious issues with your car, then they will excuse that. All you have to do is literally any issue you have, I will say, communicate with driver support. It don't matter what's going on. Usually they don't count it against you if you have communicated with driver support and they have made note of whatever the problem is, and they're able to kind of like speak for you so that whatever it is doesn't go against your standing. I didn't want to make this too long, but I wanted to just give like my thoughts and opinions on it since I have been doing it a year. Another thing is you do have to pay attention. I'm a morning person, so I really be trying to catch, like on the weekends, I be trying to catch this anywhere from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., 11 a.m. so that I can do my work and be done and go about the rest of my day. During the busy times, you need to be on the app like clockwork, checking. Because if you want to catch a weekend during busy time, like right now, you need to be looking by Tuesday, Wednesday. You need to be on that app, like constantly checking it to see if they have anything available for the weekend, because them routes be getting snatched up when it's busy. I guess that's my cue to go ahead and wrap up this video because one of my lights just died. As far as getting paid as well, if you are supposed to get paid $72, the next day you will receive $72. They don't take anything out of what they said you will receive. Again, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you, especially if you stuck around to the end. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.